Hi Sagittarius, this is your reading with me for June 2021 for love. So this is for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs. So we will have a look and see exactly what is coming through, what messages I can give you and everything else in between. So yeah, we will definitely have a really strong look into things. And I just wanted to mention as well, if you would like to win a free reading with me, check out the description box below since I do a giveaway every single month. If you would like to purchase a private paid reading with me, information is also down below as well. They're done within 24 to 48 hours and yeah, all the information is there. If you would like to purchase any of my handmade, yes, emphasis on handmade intention items, they are available on my website. A lot of people have seen results with these items. There's handmade bracelets, necklaces, anklets, intention pouches and cards which you can put on your pillow, your wallet or your purse. There's pom-poms, tassels, sage, there's crystals, divination charms, coins, pendulums, lots of different items which are there. There's also tarot cards, etc. So yeah, definitely do check out my website shopmoonlightguidance.com if you're interested. Everything will be linked down below. And yeah, that is pretty much what I wanted to mention. Alright, so let's have a look here, Sagittarius. Ooh. I'm getting a really strong vibe of karma. It's like, you can't make this up, okay? You just can't. Like, as soon as I saw the Knight of Pentacles, I was like, typical, okay? Typical, because the Knight of Pentacles can mean so many different things, but in my gut and in my instincts, I just felt like there was a vibe of someone returning, okay? And that's the crazy thing, right? Is that you've literally got the Three of Cups, which shows like a synchronicity, a return. You know, the number 3 is also it's also a karmic number, the number 3 as well. It's about lessons and learning and wanting to like link up and be social and want to talk to you and things like that. And I'm just like, okay then. Okay then. Let's keep shuffling, okay, because I'll give you some more information. It's like an unexpected return of a past person. That's literally what it is here, and I'll see what else I can pick up. You got the Page of Cups here. It's this kind of vibe of like, yes, there's so many more fish in the sea, but there's just this sense of them feeling like, yeah, but you're that fish, you know, you're that fish. No other fish is like you. And I mean, I hate to like compare you to a fish, but you know that phrase is so popular where people say that, and it's just like they just want you, and I think that there's a realization here because of Mercury retrograde where they just want to come back. And ultimately, the most amazing thing here is that you don't have to accept them, right? So I know when I do these readings, there are some people that are like, oh my God, like, no, I don't want that person at all. You don't need to have them. You know what I mean? You can say no. That's part of your free will, all right? But for a lot of you, there is a return of a past person. It's unexpected, that's what I will say, and that can really take you by surprise. Because, look, Page of Cups is literally a surprise. Page of Cups turns up and there's a freaking fish in the cup, okay? You can't get more surprising than that in tarot. So, you know, it's definitely there, and wow. Yeah, we've got another number 3 here with the Three of Wands. I feel like some of you might have been waiting for this person in the past to sort of come through and they just never did. And then all of a sudden, when you least expect it, that's just when they show up. And it's like, really? I spent so much time waiting and you literally didn't care at that time. And now, like, why, you know? So Knight of Wands, they have a lot of interest towards you. They're coming towards you. They are thirsty. Their energy is very thirsty. You know, it's a little bit like the Knight of Wands sees a mirage in the middle of a desert and they just have to go towards it. It's that kind of desperation. Again, I feel like it's because of Mercury retrograde. By the way, right, Mercury retrograde at some point goes conjunct with Venus. It conjunct Venus, which I think is quite significant because that Venus energy is very, very strong. Plus, in June, Venus enters Cancer, right? Towards the end of June, Venus enters Leo. So a lot of this energy here is definitely a very powerful energy of renewal of beliefs, renewal of values, renewal of thoughts, and not running too further away from themselves, because the sun also goes into Cancer, right? And Cancer is all about shedding light on family, nurture, protection, values. So they can't keep running, you know what I mean? Like, kind of come around at some point to become more like their authentic self, because look what we have here, Magician. Mercury's got the biggest influence here in regards to your love life in June, okay? So you have power, all right? You have power. If you don't want this person in your life, you can simply just say, no, thank you. Or like Ariana Grande says, thank you, next, you know. But Magician here shows that you do have power. You know, this is communication, this is willpower, but I also feel like there's someone here that's going to return and have that communication, willpower to want to connect with you, reconnect with you. Got the Hanged Man, so Neptune, Pisces energy, very spiritual, by the way, because the Hanged Man really does represent a very, very powerful energy, which is tied to the fact that they are awakening. Yeah, they're becoming much more enlightened, awakened, understanding, whereas perhaps before they were not so much like that. By the way, just want to mention I am an upright reader. So, of course, you got the Ace of Wands here. Intimacy, chemistry, compatibility, compassion. That's a big word, compassion. I don't tend to use that word too often, actually, but here it is, compassion. More than just the physical aspect, they're also connecting to you on a more spiritual level. I think that's because this person has matured a lot more. Yeah, I would say that this person's matured a lot more. See, the Knight of Pentacles also does strike me as much more mature. So it's, you know, yes, they have a lot of physical attraction towards you, but there's an element to maturity as well. It's not just because they want that physical aspect from you. They also really like conversation, from what I can see here. Like, they want to connect with you on a conversational level. Conversational level. Does that make sense? Yeah, I guess so. So yeah, Seven of Wands, despite how much they've struggled, they really want to come forward. Like, that is what they want to do here. Like, against all odds, they want to come forward. Ooh, Four of Swords here, see? I think when they're by themselves in their own energy, they're making a lot more stable decisions, and they're starting to understand what they truly want. I see them as, again, becoming much more awakened, much more rested, much more nourished, nurturing themselves as well. Again, there's maturity here. Yeah, Three of Wands, you know, it's kind of symbolises this energy here, especially when Mercury turns direct, which is around the 3rd week of June. That's when majority of the returns are going to happen from people, like 4 people coming towards you, right? But I think Mercury retrograde is going to trigger them to go through that sense of transformation and to use that time to really understand themselves, which in turn is going to allow them to know exactly what they want and also what they don't want. Four of Pentacles is super significant because the Four of Pentacles, again, really shows stability. It's, you know, the fours in tarot are all about stability. It's about the foundation. It's about that, foundation in which things are on top of, which is strong. Wow, I'm such, you know, it's like a house, right? A house needs a foundation for it to then be built on top of, and it has to be strong, right? So ultimately, that's what they're understanding, is that they're trying to understand their foundation. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, they're becoming much more stable. That's obvious here as well, okay? So the sun is very dominant, of course. Well, without the sun, we wouldn't be here either, but the sun here shows that there's a lot of growth. There's also the summer solstice, which takes place in June, which happens on the 21st, exactly when the sun enters into Cancer. Now, this summer solstice casts a light on family, nurture, and protection. So I feel like people, for example, in their family or around them are saying, hey, like, you know, when are you going to be with someone? When are you going to settle down? Like, it's almost like they're getting pushed in that particular direction. Universally, that's triggering them. But not in an extremely pressurizing way. It's more so in a way where it does make them think, right? Think enough to do something about it. And the Hierophant here is all about stability, security, commitment, the long-term aspect, and they're really opening their mind up to that. And the Sun here shows that they are growing as a person. They're becoming much more mature, much more stable. I feel like this person in general has been very slow in their life, and you know, well, they're speeding up a bit in June. Let's just say that. I know it's not summer everywhere in the world, but around this time it's known to be the summer solstice, especially on the 21st, like I mentioned. So just keep that in mind. I'm fully aware that it's not summer everywhere, but it's known to be the summer solstice. So let's get some more messages from my Moonlight Guidance Oracle deck. A small little plug, but hey, if anyone is interested, this is available on my website, 52 card deck. Great little accompaniment for any of the Rider-Waite decks, actually. So let's have a look here and see what messages we have for you, Sagittarius. Okay, we got quite a few. Let's see. We have here the knowledge. Okay, so look, they're learning, they're growing. I mean, so are you, but to be honest, I feel like a lot more of their energy is coming through. You know, it is a love reading, so I feel like that aspect is really coming through. There's someone here that's going to return to you, be much more informed, much more enlightened, much more mature. They're just going to have built up a lot of knowledge. We have here the hope, so there seems to be some kind of energy really working out for you, progressing towards you. Do you like my little lantern? It was inspired by the Hermit, obviously. Ta-da. You know, I mean, I spent hours doing this, so anytime I can like point out to it or give it a little bit of, you know, credit or love, I just will. You know, especially when I'm sitting there for hours just painting it. And then we've got here the wand, and we've got here the belongings. That's interesting, you know. I want to say like 100 million things at once, but basically, okay. I'm like, oh, this means this, oh, this means that, you know. The belongings basically is kind of like an energy where they might think to themselves, like, let me think about, you know, my family life, stability, moving out or moving in with you, things like that. That's running through their minds, you know, like how would it be to sort of pack up and move with you, live with you, progress with you. And then the wand here is about taking action, right? That's the magician's wand right here. So that is about them taking action, using that wand to make things happen, with the lantern guiding them in their path, you know, using the light to guide them, which is, you know, the enlightenment of their knowledge and their values, which also helps here with the sun in terms of how much they have grown, as well as the Hierophant here as well, you know, really combining it all together to make the right actions based on what they know, based on what they've learned, and based on what they want for the future, which is also being pushed into their mind by certain people. So Sagittarius, that is your reading. Okay, so if this resonated with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and of course intention items, which are on my website if you're interested. There's also my oracle deck on there as well. So yeah, take care everyone, and I will hopefully see you all very soon.